There was an idea
to bring together a group of remarkable people.
To see if we could become something more.
So when they needed us, we could
lose the games. Raptors, I don't know what's been going on with you this season. You have too much talent to be 11th in the Eastern Conference. Even though most of those teams above you may be better, how the hell are we 6 games under 500 and losing to teams like the Bucks and the Timberwolves? And each of those teams, Bucks were missing Giannis and Middleton, and the Timberwolves were missing both of their centers, but yet even the Raptors being fully healthy, we failed to beat any of these teams, coming off a back-to-back as well, which is just more embarrassing. I know most of you guys are going to be like, we're halfway through the season, don't worry, the Raptors will figure it out, but here is why it is so worrisome for this particular scenario. The Raptors are a relatively young, developing team, with the Rookie of the Year Scottie Barnes on it, and players with championship experience in Siakam, VanVleet, and OG. But given this, the Raptors have severely regressed from last year, which is a problem because for developing teams eventually working their way up to championship contenders, they are generally supposed to improve because you have more time playing as a team and openly gelling with one another's play style, and eventually gain more experience by getting older, playing against the best players depending on where you end up each season. And I don't know if most of you guys know this, but there's videos out there on YouTube of Raptors playing summer runs in LA with some of the league's best players. I've seen Paul George, Westbrook, and it's relatively the same group you're used to seeing, and VanVleet, Siakam, and OG. Just what it is now. But even bigger problems lie about the team just not wanting to play with each other. I don't know if you guys have seen Gary Trent yell at VanVleet about some shots. There's disagreements on the court about who's checking who. But yeah, I apologize for the long intro, guys, but if you are not aware of who I am, my name is Coast, and I'm back here with another video. And today's video is going to be what is the Raptors plan forward, what is going to happen to them, because things are not looking too good, man.
I think of her so much it drives me crazy. I just don't want her to leave me. Don't you give me up, please, don't give up.
Hey guys, if you have made it to this point, I just want to say thank you for all the support, especially on these NBA vids. I love making them, and you guys have shown great support. And if you are new here, definitely hit that like and subscribe, and join the Discord in the bio. We have over 500 members, and everyone's been loving just interacting with everybody in there, and it's only going to keep growing. But anyways, let's get into this. Having coming thus far in the season, it is pretty evident that the Raptors have quite a few problems that need to be addressed. And the main issue is the Raptors can't seem to put the ball in the basket, regardless of having 5 young, very solid starters in the lineup, which most teams would be grateful to have any one of those players, and you can see their trade value is clearly high in most scenarios. So the trade deadline coming up in a few months, there's really a lot of moves the Raptors can do, which is one of the benefits of having this lineup. There's a lot of options the Raptors can do. We could either keep trading for 6'7" to 6'9" small forwards and get rid of the last 2 people we have, and those being Fred VanVleet and Gary Trent Jr. The Raptors are looking to get rid of at least one of them, and speaking of which, I really don't agree with it being Gary Trent. First of all, he's a lot younger and a lot more consistent than VanVleet, because VanVleet will either drop 10 or 30 points, and combining the fact that Fred VanVleet wants to get a max, or at least close to a max, around $30 million a year, which I don't think he deserves, but maybe some teams will give it to him, so we really don't know at this point. We got to see what doors open around the trade deadline, but I feel like keeping Gary Trent Jr. for $15 million a year is definitely a lot better for our future. Then when you look at OG and Scottie, they can be something special together sometimes, or they can just not score the ball. Like, it's very hard to judge, because I was saying this in the summer. When superstars like Durant and Lillard were on the trade block in the summer, everybody was like, no, we can't give away one of the 4 or 5 core players, that's our future. Let me tell you why that's one of the most idiotic statements I've ever heard, and is now backfiring on us for this season. It has been proven in the league for many years, and even when the Raptors won in 2019, you most likely need at least a top 5 or maybe top 7 player to at least get to the conference finals, or someone to bring you to the promised land, right? As Stephen A would say. And I don't think many of you guys realize how close we were to getting Kevin Durant. We had one of the best packages. We just didn't want to part ways with Scottie or Siakam, which is fair. That doesn't mean you still can't orchestrate a trade around Van Fleet, OG, maybe a bunch of picks, because 2 of those core members may have been enough if they were young enough as well. But I'm not here to talk about the summer and all the missed opportunities presented to us. I'm here to talk about now, even before the trade deadline, where the Raptors can make a lot of moves and definitely move a lot of pieces. I don't think there's anything significant at this point the Raptors can do to even get in the top 5 of the Eastern Conference. It's just not been going well. And I feel like the Raptors are too good of a team to tank. It just wouldn't make sense for anyone where they are in their careers, and it would definitely be less attractive for other players to come to Toronto. But the Raptors wanted to try something new with the 6-7, 6-9 wins, be a matchup nightmare to anyone, and even if they are a matchup nightmare, this dynamic does just not work. We don't have a good enough offense, not enough shooters, and I think it's taking a toll on some of the players. Like the Raptors, they know they're good. They came 5th in a stacked Eastern Conference last year, and with the Rookie of the Year and a bunch of developing players, anything less than even a playoff appearance would just be quite embarrassing. I think the league knows that. So the Raptors, I'm not saying all hope is lost, but clearly they need to make some big moves at the deadline. You jury, you need to wake up and make a good move for once. It's been a while since you did that. I know you're still a top 5 GM, but with the schedule the Raptors have coming up, things are really not looking too good for them. I don't know how many of those games they're gonna win. Being fully healthy should be a plus for the Raptors, right? Well, the last few games have showed that 1 or 2 of the pieces are not working, and the Raptors definitely need to make a switch or wake up like Boston did a season or 2 ago, where they had that mediocre season and then elevate all the way up to the conference finals. They really showed everybody how good they actually were. But I am kind of excited though, in a way. I know the Raptors can get a lot in return for some of these players, and it's very interesting to see what Masai comes up with. But anyways guys, that's really all I can speculate for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and all have a good day, and I'm out. Peace.